close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, welcome back. But if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. I hope that you learn a thing or two. Okay, so today I want to show the girlies how to prep and style their own frontal wigs at home. If you have sometimes you just want to install your wigs by yourself, you don't necessarily need to go to the salon. There's some steps that you need to take from your home before you install the wig. So today I'm going to be showing you tips and tricks on how you can achieve a flawless look. So the first thing I'm doing is I've gone ahead and worn the wig on the canvas head. So now I'm trying to just make sure that everything stays in place. So if you notice, I am not using the T-pins. The T-pins are so bad for your frontals, guys. You do not want to rip your expensive frontal. So today I've gone ahead, what I usually use is you know this tailor's pin. I don't know what they call them, those tiny office pins. Yeah, those are what you want to get. So I've used those office pins, and I've used them to hold the frontal down at the front so that it doesn't go anywhere. I just want everything to stay in place so that when I'm walking, I don't have to be pulling hair or pulling, you get what I mean. So after I've done that, I went ahead and just blow dried the hair, just make it flat. So you can either style to a center part. That was what I was trying to show you, but today I'm not styling to a center part. I want to wear this frontal as a C-cut, like a side part. So I'm going ahead now. If you want to style your own as the center part, I've showed you what you need to do. You just need to go in the center and continue everything else that I'm doing in this video. But if you're doing a C-cut like me, now this is what I'm doing. So after I've cut the C, I'm just using my hot comb to just flatten everything out. Everywhere I want to be flat, you just want to make sure that everything just stays flat. Your hot comb is your friend. When you have a frontal wig, you and your hot comb and your frontal, they're friends. They're twins, literally. They're twins. They're inseparable. So you just want to make sure that you use your hot comb. You see how I cut the back part? I used a little bit out of the frontal area to cover the weft area. This is what I'm showing you. And you want to use that part. You just want to use it to cover the weft. We don't want anybody seeing our weft. I mean, we all know it's a wig, but then again, let's just make it look beautiful as possible. So I'm just using my hot comb to just use the little part of the frontal that I cut to just cover that weft area so it doesn't show, so nothing is tacky, so it just looks nice and it just looks like scalp. So yeah, after you've done that, the next thing that you want to do is you want to go in with your sculpting mousse. This is a sculpting mousse. Usually it comes in the content comes clear, but yeah, I added a little bit of lace tint to mine. Don't pay attention to that. So yeah, it's just your regular clear sculpting mousse that you see the color when I actually pressed it on the hair is white. Yeah, so I'm just using that. You just want to use that to sculpt the front of the frontal. You want to make sure that you pull everything back. There are no hairs flying away. Everything stays flat. Everything stays nice. Everything stays neat. That's basically what you want to do, and that's what I'm doing right now. You want to use your brush to just go in the direction that you want the hair to go. Just make sure that you're gentle and you're very, very precise with what you're doing. I've gone ahead and used my hot comb to help me through this, to just make sure that everything stays flat and where I want it to be. You see what we're doing? Just make sure you use your and you want to do hand movements, how you want the hair to stay, the curve, you just want to do that. So I don't want to plug this front out too much. You will see, like, I've lost strands in the front. Like, I'm not the girl, one of those girls that does the extremely I don't know, that what do they call the rake hairline, or what they call it. Yeah, this industry is crazy. Like, every day we just come up with new things. Yeah, but I'm not really doing the rake line because I'm just okay with a natural looking hairline. I don't want the exaggerated parts and stuff. So I've just done minimal as possible. It all depends on your choice, but this is my choice and this is what I want for my own hair, because yeah, I think it's just okay how I plucked it enough. I like how it is, and I'm not doing more than that. So yeah, basically. So yeah, you see how I'm just using the sculpting move to just sculpt the hair. Then another thing I like to do is I like to use the back of my hot comb to just flatten. You see the edge of the frontal, it's sometimes curls inward or outward depending on how yours is. So you just want to use the edge of them, that's the fat part of your hot comb, to just, I like to use it to flatten it down to the canvas head, just to make it stick down, so everything is just flat, so when it goes on your head it just stays flat. So I've applied a little bit of holding spray just to keep everything in place, just a little bit, and make sure that you're not so close to your hair when you're spraying the holding spray. You see how I went really far back? You just want the residue to just fall on the head, nothing serious, we're not going heavy. And then the next thing I'm doing is I'm using a band. You all know this band. This is the band of doom, the one that we use to tie your head. Yes, that one. You see, I'm just using it to hold down the hair, the same way that we'll use it to tie your head. This is the same way I'm doing here. And notice that I am pulling it, I'm not just pinning it down, I'm stretching it the same way that you will stretch it and pull it when you want to use it to tie the frontal to your head. The same thing I'm doing here. You see, I put it down and I'm pulling it, I'm dragging it, making sure that, because I want the pressure, you see, pressure will be forced up, I don't know, but you get what I mean, to just like hold the frontal down as it would hold it down on your head. So I'm just making sure, this is just making sure that everything stays flat. That way when you remove this frontal from this mannequin, this canvas head, and put it on your own head, everything is just flat. You don't have to do anything else on your head except to just put your melting spray and just go. Yeah, so I'm done with the front part, and now I want to curl the wig itself. So I've gone ahead with my heat protector, and you want to be generous. I've gone ahead with my oil. I use the what is it called, Biostick. Yeah, I use the Biostick. And then you want to brush everything together, and you want to use your blow dryer warm, yeah, to just like blow the entire thing. You do not want to curl a wet hair, guys. You want to make sure that you dry it out, because when you apply the heat protectant, it makes the hair damp. So you just want to make sure that you dry it out, and it all becomes, the hair is just dry. You don't want to go in and start curling damp or wet hair. So the first thing after that, when the entire hair is down, that you want to do is you want to now go in sections to curl. Always start from behind. You always want to start from the back when you start curling. So you see the back, I've just split it into two. I'll be curling two different ways. So we have two different types of curls. We have the bombshell curls, and we have the reverse bombshell curls. So you see, this is the bombshell curls, and I'm just showing you where it's gonna face, but this is not what we're doing today, guys. We're doing the reverse bombshell curls. So for the bombshell curls, the clamp thing is supposed to be on top. Where you hold that clamp thing is on top, but if we're doing the reverse bombshell, you want to make sure that clamp thing is under. You can see what I'm doing. So yeah, once you put it, you see how I've just put it, I've curled it, and you want to make sure that when the clamp thing is under the hair, you want to face inward, like to the center of the wig. That's what I'm doing. If I had gone ahead and done the bombshell curls and the clamp was on top, I would have gone ahead and faced the left side towards the face. I'll be facing the face area. But for the reverse bombshell, we're facing inward. We're facing the middle of the wig. So that's what I'm just doing. You just want to gently curl. You see how I'm curling and twisting, and I'm just making sure that the entire hair gets wrapped inside of the curler. So you see how I've done it, and you want to wait a little bit and make sure that you want to be touching it and make sure that it's the heat has penetrated out of the it's hot, it's warm outside of the hair. Yeah, that's what I mean basically. And after you've done that, after I removed the curler, I went ahead and sprayed a little bit of holding spray on it. Just like I said, make sure you don't go too close when you're spraying your holding spray. We don't want it to be all crunchy and hard. We just need the holding spray to the residue of it to just fall on the hair. So now I've done that side, the left side. You see how I went to the middle on the left side? You want to do the same on the right side. You want to go back facing the middle. You see the clamp is underneath the hair, and you just want to twist your hand. That would be clockwise. Yeah, you want to twist your hand clockwise, facing the middle of the wig to face the first one on the left side that you've done. So everything needs to meet at the center. That's where it's facing. If you were doing the bombshell curls, they would both be facing opposite direction. Like they'll be facing opposite of themselves. But for the reverse bombshell curls, when the clamp is under, they need to face each other. I don't know if there's any other way I can explain this, but that's the only way that it makes sense. When you're doing the reverse bombshell, know that the clamp of the curler is under the hair, and you twist your hands clockwise so that the curls from both the left and the right side face each other at the middle. But when you're doing the bombshell curls, the clamp is at the top, and both sides, the left and the right, they're facing opposite directions from each other. Like the left is facing the left and the right is facing the right. Do you understand? Yep, guys. So yeah, you see, I've curled this one too, and I've applied my holding spray. I've sprayed my holding spray. Like I said, a little goes a long way. We're not doing too much. We don't want a crusty wig. We just want a wig that retains curls. So you see, after I've done that, I'm just using my pins to hold them in place because I'm not going to be dropping them yet. I want the heat to hold in the hair. When you drop them immediately, the curls might not last because the heat is not going to hold too much. But when we're doing the pin and the curl and pin method. When you curl and you pin, it gives the curl, it gives it life. I mean, it retains curls. That's the word I'm looking for. So after you've done with that, you see, you want to go to the next section. You just always want to work in sections. I do 2 lines each, two lines for the weft, 2 track lines. That's what I do. You see, so I've taken another 2 track lines, and I have started to curl too. You see how I did it? The clamp is under, and I'm curling towards the center of the wig, and I'm just making sure that I'm rolling my hand clockwise. I'm just twisting and turning and making sure that the hair, you see how the hair just disappears inside of the curler. That's what you want to do. This is basically just what you want to do. You just want to do that until the last strand of the hair, you don't see anything again. Everything gets wrapped inside of the curler. So for beginners, this is literally a beginner friendly tutorial for every girl to just know the basic things that they need to do to just style and prep their own wig when they don't need to go to the salon and they just want to like do a quick fix. I mean, it's hairstyling is expensive. Not every time you want to go to the salon. Sometimes you just want to do something by yourself, except maybe on special occasions and stuff. So yeah, for your everyday look, this is like I'm just showing you tips and tricks of how you can do it. So on this one, on this line, we have I separated them into 3. I would have done 4 and shown you how you do 2 on the left, 2 on the right. But yeah, I was okay with doing 3. So for the middle one, the third one, the one in the middle, you'll be confused as to, oh, do I face it to the left or do I face it to the right? It doesn't really matter. However, front or left or right you want to face it, just face it anywhere. I've tried to just face my own to the I've decided to keep it to let it be at the left hand side and just face it to the middle. It doesn't really matter if you're doing it to be on the right hand side and facing it towards the middle. Anyhow you want to do it is just fine, as long as both sides, like the edge of the left and the edge of the right, faces each other. That's all that you need to know. That's all you need to do. You see how I've come to this edge and I'm facing inward. That's what I'm trying to explain. Like that's what matters, the edges. So the center one, if you're not doing 4 curls on a line, if it's just 3, because sometimes the hair is okay, is enough for you to separate them into 3 curls. So if it's just 3 curls and not 4 curls, and you're confused as, oh, I'm supposed to do 2 on the left, 2 on the right, it's not necessary. You can do 3, and the middle one you can decide to face it anywhere that you want to face it, as long as you're doing the right thing. So yeah, I've gone ahead and curled out of away from the camera. So until I got to the part where the frontal is, we've been dealing with the cap at the back of the wig. Now we've gotten to where the frontal is. Now you want to pause and you want to cut out the frontal areas. You see how I'm separating it out of the hairs? You want to take those areas out from the rest of the hairs. You see what I mean? Yeah, I've gone ahead and I've separated that part out, and you see how I've made sure that for my C part, a little bit of the frontal covers the weft here, because it's going to be thin and we don't want people to see our weft. Yes, guys. So you see how I've parted and separated that part out, and I want to just continue curling as I've been curling from the beginning. 2 lines, 2 track lines, as I've been doing, and you're still doing the same thing from the left facing the center, from the right facing the center. Still the same reverse bombshell curls, and that's what I'm doing. Oh, guys, now wait, who else is so mad at this our what do they tripod stand, the way it just pulled? I mean, I would have had like 100. I would have bought like 100. It just gets I don't know. today is not the day to even rant about it. Today is not the day. So you see, I've gotten to the top of the wig and I'm just making sure. You see how I'm using my hot comb? Your hot comb is not just something you just want to use to comb your hair. You want to comb, then flatten it down. Make sure that heavy part stays flat on the wig. That's what makes it flatten out, not just like the combing mouth part. No, you want to keep it flat on the hair. And I'm just curling normally, nothing really different from what I've been doing since. It's just the same thing. And you just want to hold, when you curl, you want to hold and make sure that the heat comes out and you can feel the warmth at the outer part of the hair. You see how I'm touching it? You just want to touch it to be sure before you then go ahead to remove your curling iron or your curler, or yeah, however you want to call it. I sprayed a little holding spray on it and I'm just going to go with my pin and hold it in place. Now we're going to move to the front. You see the front area that we section out? We're going to move there now. And I just want to pat out that area. I think I'm going to be doing this into 3 parts. Yeah, I'm going to call this area into 3 parts. So I just want to section it, separate it, just make sure that the distribution is right. You see, I've cut out that part. I just want to use the clip to hold the rest of the hair away so it doesn't get in the way of the one that you're curling. And you see, you want to go through. It's still basically the same thing. You're curling towards the center of the wig, even at the front. That's what you want to do because we are doing the reverse bombshell. You just want to, for curling, a lot of people might find it difficult and say, oh, it's hard. How do I twist my hands? How do I make this happen? How do I do that? How do I do this? I can understand. But let me tell you that with practice, you can learn how to curl. You don't need to rush in the beginning. Don't stress yourself. Don't say, oh, I'm not getting it. Just take your time. If it takes you 10 minutes to curl one single hair, one, take that 10 minutes. You that it took 10 minutes today, you will do it in 20 seconds another time. You just need to, everything in life is just practice. You just need to practice and really understand it and get it. And I do know that there's some curlers in the market that just like twist by themselves. Those are for beginners. And since this tutorial is a beginner friendly tutorial, I was doing this for the beginner girlies that have frontal wigs. Yeah, you could just invest in those kind of curlers to just like understand it first before you start using curlers like my own that you have to twist your hands by yourself. I do not have an automatic curler. I would have used that to like demonstrate for you guys, but I apologize, I do not have. So I had to use what I have because I know how to curl. You get what I mean? So yeah, if you feel like you're struggling with curling with this normal curler, it's okay. It's okay to want to buy the automatic one and just use it to just do your curling till you understand how to use a regular curler. So yeah, I'm just still curling everything, and this side I'm done curling this side. You see, everything is just still facing the center. That's what I'm doing, still facing the center. I'm not doing anything extra or out of the ordinary or what I've not been doing since I started styling this wig. So yeah, and this side, I've come to this side and still the same thing. You're curling towards the center because of the reverse bombshell curl. For this part, I think I cut 2. Yeah, I did it into 2 because I didn't have much hair on this side. Do you see how the scalp of my wig? Do you see how the curls, the scalp, everything is just popping? I cannot wait to wear this wig and show you. So there will be like a part 2 video for this, showing you when I took this wig out from the mannequin head. It's gonna stay a few days because I want the curls to marinate. I want it to stay well. I want the curls to bounce. So I'm not gonna be brushing this out anytime soon. I mean, not anytime soon, but I'm going to leave it for a few days. So we're going to come back after a few days and I'm going to show you what it looks like and how I'm going to install. There's going to be a follow-up video definitely showing you when I took it out from the canvas head and I wore it on my head. And the little thing you just need to do, like, it's just a little tiny thing that you just need to do when you put it on your head just for you. And then you're ready to just go and slay. and just be a baddie. Because my girls, December is around the corner, and it's not every day that you want to be paying hairstylists. I mean, I'm a hairstylist, so that's like taking money away from my own pocket. But then again, it's not every day that you can be affording to pay hairstylists to style your wigs for you, because I mean, December, oble, people are outside every other night. So yeah, you want to be at the top of your game with your hair, like your hair game needs to be. Me, as a hairstylist, I'm going to show you how to make sure that your hair game is A1 for December. So guys, I've come to the end of this video, and watch out for the part 2 of this video showing you how to style this wig. Bye bye.